not even joking. There is none who is more fitter than me and good looks in 22 years.
I want to come here and be successful, and I don't want to go home and people say, well, I just came out here for a holiday. So it will be nice to be able to achieve that. Another English coach to be able to win the ISL trophy. Obviously it's not going to be easy, but we've given ourselves a fantastic opportunity. And if you're talking sort of going back in a period of time, I was out here 3 years ago with Martin Bain, who's the CEO, who was my CEO at Sunderland, and he just said come out for a holiday, so we had a bit of time in Mumbai and then flew to the game. Back then, 3 years ago, I never thought I'd be coming back as a head coach for this trophy, and having, I think it was Javi, Prabir and Roy, who were playing on that particular night in my team.
And I think that's been outstanding. Yeah, generally we try not to speak about all the laurels that we have done before a final, but then what we have achieved as a team is outstanding. I think I've played 22 years and this kind of turnaround, I haven't been a part of it. From where we were, if I'm right, we needed 6 wins and 2 draws with our mathematics in the last 8 games. We won 6, but we were still not qualified, so we had to win the 7th one on a trot. And from there, to beat teams like Kerala and Mumbai and to reach final is been outstanding. I think we are very proud of it, but it goes out of the window, and tomorrow it's just in the game.
Alright, we'll open the floor. We've been joined by Gurpreet Singh Sandhu as well, usually on time. But yes, please. And over to you now, please, ma'am. First you.
I think for tomorrow we aren't thinking about the rivalry, which is a team that has reached the finals. But you're right, in terms of rivalry, it wouldn't be incorrect for me to say that in the last 10 years of our history, the toughest opponent holistically has been Mohun Bagan and ATK Mohun Bagan. Right from when we played them in I-League, in Fed Cups, in ISL, they have been probably our most cherished, if I may say so, opponents. And some of the games that we have played are probably one of the best for neutrals to watch. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing tomorrow also. So whatever has happened, whatever the rivalry is, it's all in the past, and tomorrow it's just a new game. So that doesn't hold much context in tomorrow's game. But yes, in the last 10 years in our history at the BFC, they are probably, they come out right at the top. Yes, sir, please.
Hello. Just between trophy and ATK Mohun Bagan, Sunil Chhetri standing.
Yeah, I wish I was that important. Each and every one who is a BFC Duralda is standing between ATK and the trophy, and the mood is not in that context. If we just want to win a trophy, it's not about we're standing against ATK or there's a rivalry or we just want to win. We just want to win the finals, and that's been kept very simple by our gaffer, because after every game we tried not to put any pressure on the players, because as I said, we needed 7 wins out of 8 to just qualify. The mantra and the directive from the coaching staff was very simple: take 1 game at a time, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow also. So we're trying to keep all the noise about it being a rivalry or them being ATK or whatever. We're just trying to keep it away. We're going to go there and be a good unit, as what we have been in the last 10 matches, 11 matches, and try to be victorious. That's as simple as that. Suresh is not a product of our project, but he's somebody who came really young to us, but he came to the main team directly. But yes, we are very proud of Roshan and Shivashakti. They are from our projects, right from the child, from the youth development. And Shivashakti, I mean, now I'll mix what I'm going to say about Shivashakti in the first answer. After Durand Cup, we were really flying high, we were really training well, but a lot of us probably, a lot of the senior ones probably couldn't do what we were supposed to do, and it wasn't because of lack of wanting to do it or lack of hard work, but we just not clicking personally, a lot of us. And the good part is we all had our bad phase at that moment. That's why we were losing, and he was going mad. But because all of us weren't doing great, what it meant was when once we started doing well, we all came to the party. And that is where Shiva Shakti, Suresh, Roshan comes handy, because they are the ones, and Rohit, they are the ones who are youngsters, they are the ones who push the envelope on us, they are the ones who are at training doing really well. And then came a Gurpreet, and then came a Sandesh, and then came an Alex, and Alan, a Harvey, a Roy, and we all. But if they weren't there trying to make sure that the tempo of the training isn't high, we probably wouldn't have. So I think this is one of the cases where we all couldn't do well collectively in the starting games, and not well in the sense completely bad, but thoda yahan, thoda wahan, a little bit here, a little bit there. And thankfully in the last 11 games, we all did. Some or the other one just showed up, and that's the reason why we are here.
Gurpreet, the pivotal in you qualifying for the final. Personally, do you feel like you've hit top form again? How do you assess this season as a whole for you so far?
Firstly, I saw your reaction. Good. Good to see that reaction.
Only one reaction possible.
I know. But for me, I never thought that I was out of form, like personally speaking. I was doing the same things, trying to help the team out in whichever way possible. Like Chhetri said, things weren't working out for us collectively since the beginning, and it was in back of our minds a matter of time when it will. And it did. Thankfully, all the players that are here in the club were performing day in, day out in training session, and whenever they were called up for matches, they were providing us with consistent and great performances. And I just wanted to be a part of that and be a pivotal member anyhow to reach this far.
Yes, please.
Hi guys, Anirudh from ESPN. My question is to all three of you. We know how remarkable the renaissance has been over the season. Could you tell me what you guys personally think is this team's greatest strength that got you guys from where you were to where you are right now?
Look, I think from my perspective, the one word that I've thought about over the last few weeks, and probably more notably the last few games, is belief. Is belief in myself that I was doing the right things, belief that the players would understand that I was doing the right thing and they would eventually get the results that they deserved, and then the belief that they then could carry the instructions and get the results in them with themselves. So I think belief was a massive part for us, and I think if you ask the playing staff, I'm no different now than I was when we lost 3-4 on the trot. I'm still very positive with the players, still positive. We're not getting too carried away, too down, and that's been a big thing that I've tried to put across to the players. And we have to still be humble and hard working today in training, tomorrow in the game to achieve what we need to do. And confidence plays a big part in that, of course it does. And I could reel off many other reasons why I think we've done ever so well, because maybe we had injuries, we made mistakes, we didn't have 6 foreigners available until the last month of the season. We've had plenty of things, but belief is the biggest word that I can use to sum up where we all have been as a group together.
So, do you want to take that next?
Yeah, I think apart from that, I think when we were in and around after the East Bengal game and about to go for the Northeast game, that was the time when we were really low. And us hurting and not wanting to give up was probably one of the reasons. And it did not happen collectively. There was one training when our man over here lost his cool. Then both were fighting in training. One day I saw Sandesh Jingle losing his head completely. One day Roy was hammering everyone. One day I went at Moirang and it wasn't pleasant. So I think the fact that it was hurting us where we were, the fact that we didn't want to be there and everyone at training didn't give up, because it was very easy. It was an easier route after East Bengal game where we needed to win 6 and draw 2 out of 8 to just give up. But there were repetition on the line, there were national team calls on the line, there were so many things on the line, and none of us gave up, and that is the reason why, probably one of the reasons why we have reached it.
Of course, you guys have already covered all the bases. I think for me, but I think I was thinking about this. I think simplicity. The way we kept things simple, even after coming back from losses on the trot, to realize that it's not important to overcomplicate our thing going into new games, especially the Northeast game or whatever after that. realizing as a team that we need to keep things simple, because if football is played simple, it's effective and you can get better chances to get a result. So I think simplicity is the word for me.
Sir, please.
Hi, I'm Himan. I work with the bench, whether it's the ISL finals or a badminton game or a TT game or a carrom board. I want to play every game. He knows it. And the good thing is the chat that we had was very simple and very straight. And whenever the sad feeling comes in my heart, I tend to be calmer because I know his intention and head at the right place. He wants to win badly. And after a time you realize it is nothing personal. One thing about him is very clear that he's been fair to everyone in the team, and you could see it because I'm 38 and I can see more things. I've seen the way he deals with all the players, all the youngsters. And the second part is he really wants to win, which is very common between me and him. So then that's the point where the doubts go out. You have to do this and keep training hard because you also want to be a part. Initially it becomes a little bit difficult because you want to be there, but then you realize, okay, anytime you can be called. And if you see our bench strength in the last 8, 9, 7, 8 games, everyone who has come has really put his best foot forward. And I want to take the credit because when I'm on the bench, I make sure that I'm positive, and whenever there's a chance, I want to go in. And it translates to everyone. I know it. I know the kind of power that I have on the bench. That's why it's very important. Now everyone who comes from the bench, they know that if this guy can come, sit, relax, train hard and wait for his chance, we all have to do it. So I think that's one of the elements in my career that I've realized now. Not happily, I wouldn't have wanted this way, but it is what it is. As simple as that. No one wants to lose in this team, whichever way. And yeah, I'll keep knocking on his doors. It's his decision, but I want to play. He knows it. But at the end of the day, we want to win.
Look, I'll go back to.
Did you recollect the situation between CR7 and Fernando Santos in last World Cup? Because you know that after the situation, the dressing was smashed. So how did you handle the situation? And the second one is, from the which match you started to think that yes, Bengaluru FC can do it this year also?
The answer to the second question is, I think we were quite happy and satisfied when we qualified. That was a big move because there were some doubts as to how we were going to do it. We had the belief, but we knew it was a uphill task. So once we qualified is when we were very, very happy, and we thought, you know what, now we have almost equal amount of chance with the momentum. And I think coming back from Mumbai with a 1-0 lead was comforting because we know what Mumbai can do. Probably, I mean, they are the champions of India and probably one of the toughest teams to play in 2 legs. To go to their home and come back 1-0 was a little bit comforting. And to the first answer to the first question, no, I wasn't thinking anything. I had my own demons to fight. I wasn't thinking about anyone else.
In December, you were questioning about so many things in terms of scoring goals. Now you have been scoring goals in regular basis. So what was spark? Do you think that you trained a lot during that time?
I think again it comes back to the word confidence. That we're creating more chances, and the more chances you create, the players will, if they miss an opportunity, will feel more relaxed that they're going to get more opportunities. I think early part of the season, we were probably getting 2 or 3 chances a game, and maybe the pressure then when they did come to the strikers or whoever was in them positions felt that they had to score them, and that adds a little bit more pressure to them, and we didn't take them chances. But I did say back at the time that we keep making chances. You do not, strikers who we were talking about at the time, we're not going to become bad players overnight. The record of Sunil, Roy, Javi, obviously Shiva coming through, and other attacking players. You do not lose that instinct of how to score goals. And luckily we found them. And we have tweaked a few things in training, we've tweaked a few things on the match day situation to help us get to more opportunities. And that all comes from the learning curve for myself personally, that people don't realise that I was coming to a new continent, a new country, and I still didn't have a clue about any players when I first came. And as much as I saw teams in the Durant Cup, it wasn't until probably the turn of the year that I can reel off 70% of the Indian players now. Ask me that in July when I came out, I know 1 player. 2. And that plays a big part. So every day was a learning curve for myself about my own players, about the opposition, the style of football, what's required. So I think all them things just to divert away from the original question, played a part in the whole round aspect of our football team. And then we come on to the attacking side of it, that plays a part as well. Hard work on the training pitches, and keeping the belief and momentum that we've talked about so many times.
Coach, Marcus from the Times of India. Coach, can you talk us through the kind of impact that Shivasakti has had?
Challenge for you guys?
Why didn't you hear about more BFC fans coming also?
Did you not see the Fortress last week? 20,000 there.
Yeah, I think after a point, it doesn't matter that much. You know, it's fine. After a point, it's just what we do on the pitch. We have played against Kerala in Kerala. We have played against ATK Mohun Bagan at Salt Lake. We played against Bengal. After a point, I mean, if you ask Mumbai when they came to play at our Fortress, the second semi-final, we were buzzing. But if you ask the players when they were 2-1 up, they will tell you. You know, after a point, it's all right. Tomorrow the good part is it's a neutral ground. As many as ATK Mohun Bagan fans come to cheer the team, I'm pretty sure the BFC fans are going to come over there also. But our job is so much inside on the pitch. It is not going to. I mean, when you play at Kantirwa at our Fortress, yes, you feel the buzz. But even if you go to places which is very hostile, we have learned to keep the noise away and to think more about what's happening on the pitch.
Same.
Any message to the rivalry fans? Any message to the rivalry fans? Shout.
Stay safe.